There's over 560 native tribes throughout the United States, and WOJB is here to bridge the gap between the Indian and non-native and native people here in northwestern Wisconsin.
In the late 19th century, most white people wanted Ho-Chunk away, and they were sent. Ho-Chunk people were sent repeatedly against their will to reservations in the West, in Nebraska and Minnesota and Iowa, the Dakotas, but they kept coming back. And so at the time that tourism was beginning to be developed in the Dells in the 1870s, they were really an outcast society. They were living on the margins of society. But within the next few years, many white people became interested in Native Americans. There was a sense of nostalgia for a sense of maybe lost innocence in America. And so white Americans, not just in the Dells, but around the country, became interested in Native peoples.
As an indigenous people, as an indigenous brown people, we are downwind, downstream of this project. Our voice has been essentially mitigated. We're watching the state, again, tangle with the filtering process. Eventually, what we're going to advocate for and what we're going to say is that we've done our due diligence to take care of the lands, the waters that we depend on, to ultimately ensure that 7 generations from now and future generations of Bad River people will have the same opportunities that we have.
I usually end up being the first woman, first social worker, first American Indian, and I'm accustomed to succeeding, not failing, and that always confuses some people because I get accused of being an uppity woman, and I say, yes, that's to make up for the millions who wouldn't or couldn't, and I stop, and then they have to think. See, I like to make people think, and I like to counteract the stereotypes against women and against American Indians and other people of color.
The food makes a distinctive Ojibwe life possible.
How so, sir?
How so? Because when a boy turns into a man or a girl turns into a woman, or people get married, or people have graduations and funerals and ghost feasts, all of these things require traditional foods, right? Berries, rice, fish, venison, those kinds of food have to be present in that. So that's what's at risk here, is that ability to have those foods, and people say the spirits within those foods present at these life crisis ceremonies and transformations and bringing families together.
Tribal people in general have a certain different relationship, not only with wolves, but with most forest animals. In fact, our word for it, mamachitawak, or some of the animals that we know, these animals are spirit beings. We call them manitowoc. Those are spirit beings. Mm-hmm. So we have a special relationship with them, and we're told that anything we do with animals, with water, with the winged, with fish, that we're on an equal basis with them. And we need to look out for their interests.
We are Mohicans, and we are alive and well, contrary to what some people think. And we are thriving, and we're always looking to ways, obviously, as former Chairman Bissell had expounded on, environmental issues are it's just not a Menominee issue, it's not just a Native American issue, it's a collective issue among all of us. And so we always look to be good stewards and good partners, and look to ways to, in a bipartisan way, to look to our legislators to come to reasonable resolution as it relates to environmental protections. Obviously, we're always looking for ways to economically expand, to provide resources, to well-needed resources to my people, and obviously we always look to ways to provide extended educations to them in post-secondary and all of those other things. So we're doing very well.